Good evening, everybody. Rubik's Master here with a kind of, I don't know, maybe the only video I put out this week, because like I said, I went on a little road trip, but I managed to find a spot with a little Wi-Fi, and I'm making a video for you guys. This one's going to be kind of quick. It's actually based on a question that one of my subscribers, I think Daniel Barrera, not looking at it in front of me, but I believe it was he, who asked me if I thought that the machine gunners were worth upgrading. And that got me to thinking a little bit and wanted to just give my view on whether certain units are or aren't worth upgrading based on my experience with Kixeye and what we've seen from them before. So let's go over kind of how this game is sucky in ways I've said before, namely lack of troops and lack of balance. So in planning for this video, I looked. My upcoming unit unlocks are level 26, I unlock the rocket buggy. Level 27, I unlock the thunderbolt. So after level 27, I have to get to level 36 to build anything else. That is going to be a long road. There's obviously a lack of content in here. I mean, it really is obvious. The game is only a month old, and from what we've seen from Kixeye before, that big gap, the lack of content, won't stay that way. I don't know if all of you have had the pleasure of playing the original War Commander, but it started out very much the same way. There were only a handful of units in each category, and large level gaps in between each of them, and they were relatively uninteresting, really. I think the top tier infantry unit was called the Hercules, and it was an exoskeleton thing. Basically, the top tiers of each class was something a little bit more futuristic and crazy that you wanted, like the double-barreled mega tank that had just a ridiculous amount of health, and the Hercules. But in this game, we aren't seeing that. So, said all that to say this. Oh, and balance. Real quick, let's go to balance. I did a review of PKs and Humvees, and I said both of them suck, and they do. They're worthless, at least to me, as a level 25 with not as much upgrades on these units. They are worthless. I don't know if they'll be more useful when I get to a higher level. I see some higher levels using them, but when I watch their base attacks, I don't see real results or reasons for me to use them. So in my eyes, they are worthless. They offer very little DPS. They don't do any damage against structures or heavy vehicles. Just their DPS is low. It's really, really low. Comparing it to infantry, it's better to stack your platoon with infantry and put it behind tanks. So I've said these vehicles are worthless. However, to the question at hand, are machine gunners or other units that may not really take a frontline role in most people's minds, because let's face it, most people either run S13s and Rhinos or just straight S13s. S13s are way I'm not going to say overpowered, they serve a good purpose, but they kind of do that really well, a little too well. I would say, based on everything we've seen from Kixeye and how they come out with content, and the upgrade system we're seeing now, where any higher tier units require critical cards to build, that you should basically not think about, oh, this unit's worthless. You should upgrade every unit as much as possible right now. Doesn't matter what the unit is. Humvees, PKs, your little worse than useless riflemen down here, upgrade them as much as possible. Because as soon as those new units come out, let's say that they introduce, for some reason, they introduce a unit that goes in between machine gunner and mortarman. How it works now is you attack a stronghold and you get 8 critical cards. 4 of those critical cards will be riflemen, and then it alternates every other attack, giving you 4 machine gun cards and 4 mortarman cards. Well, based on how I see that system works, if they introduce a unit between machine gunner and mortarman and you have it instantly, that day it's going to turn into you get 4 rifleman cards, and then every third attack you're going to be getting critical cards for the unit that you actually want to upgrade. So you need, whatever unit that is, you need to get them all to max level as soon as possible. Even if it's light vehicle day and your PKs are maxed out, grind those strongholds. Grind them. Upgrade your Humvees and PKs to max level. Because if a balance comes out and those vehicles become way more powerful, but now there's more vehicles for you to try and get critical cards for, you're going to have a tough time upgrading these units. Yeah, that's honestly the long and short of it. It's really it. Upgrade your units. It doesn't matter if you think they're weak. Upgrade them, upgrade them, upgrade them. I'm willing to bet that by the time this game hits the 6-month mark, we're going to either have a new unit or we're going to hear about a new unit on the way. It's going to happen. I mean, just look at the huge gaps in level content. It's going to happen. We're going to have something. So, while you can focus on these units, get them leveled up. I honestly need to, I've been doing Stronghold so much, I need to work on getting common cards, really. I haven't upgraded these guys. Need to do that. Okay, on a Unwar Commander related note and a channel related note, please, this is the first time I've done this plug and it seems ridiculous with only 20 subscribers, but please like and subscribe. If I hit like 50 subscribers, I'm going to start taking this a little more seriously, as in at 50 subscribers, I'll probably really try and get a better mic. Right now, I'm just using the microphone that's built into my tablet, and I know it produces crappy sound quality, but it's not really worth it to me right now to go out and buy a nicer headset if I'm just going to be using it for this. It doesn't. So let's try and hit that 50 subscriber mark. 20 is insane. I didn't expect to reach 20 until maybe like a couple years into this, because honestly, I just do it for fun. Because let's face it, grinding games like this can get boring if you don't have something to do, and talking over it is something to do. And, you know, as we go on, I'll make other things priorities. If I get a higher number of subscribers, I'll make getting a computer so I can do video editing a priority, because let's face it, these long loading screens, just cutting out loading screens and a little bit of dead time and prepping for attacks and whatnot, I could cut these videos down. A 20-minute video could probably be cut down by like 5 minutes. So anyway, help me out, subscribe to the channel so I can get an idea of really how many people are loving this. And I will improve my content accordingly. Until next time, guys, have an awesome day.